Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the summary for the day of 267 for the 17th of November. And let's start off with the southern front. There is nothing happening over here. There is no amphibious assault, and yeah, moving on to the Zaporizhia line, there is no updates from the Zaporizhia line. There is the fighting is not reported at Vremivka for today. And over at the Donetsk front, the Russian Defense Ministry have announced that they have a full control over the roads between Pelivka and Mikhailsky. So, which also means that they have probably control over this entire settlement in the in between Pelivka and Mikhailsky, and they have control over this road. And fighting is reported at Vuhledar, where the Ukrainians are reported to have launched a counterattack from the in the area of Vuhledar region. They did not have a breakthrough as per the reports, and that's all from the Vuhledar region here. Fighting is reported at Novomykhailivka. It's reported by both sides. The Ukrainian Defense Ministry say that the Russians are the one attacking. However, the Ministry of Defense of Russia say that the Ukrainians are the one that is attacking. So we are unsure who is attacking who. So it's a kind of a gray area. However, Novomykhailivka itself is definitely still under Ukrainian control. And moving up to the Pisky region in the northwestern part of Donetsk city. In the Pisky region, there's fighting reported at Nevelsky. The latest information suggests that the Russians have captured the southeastern region of Nevelsky. They call this place the basin, and they are now kind of in attacking range of Nevelsky itself. So the Ukrainians reportedly have tried to counterattack. Reinforcement came to Nevelsky region to try to counterattack, but seems to have not worked out. And there's also fighting reported at Vodian, on the eastern part of Vodian, probably around this region, and also there's fighting on the northern outskirts of Opyne. So the deep state UA, the pro-Ukrainian source, have considered that the Ukrainian forces has lost Opyne, and the fighting is now in the northern outskirts because the Russians have captured the entire settlement here. Northern outskirts is probably around this region. Maybe the Ukrainians have positions along this tree line, and the Russians have the positions around here. So they're probably waving hellos to each other. And that's all from the Pisky region. There is no more reports for the rest of the Donetsk front in the New York region or the Thorax region. And moving on to the Bakhmut front, in the Bakhmut city is here, and I'm moving out just to show you in case you guys are lost. Bakhmut front is around here on the eastern front. So at the Bakhmut front, the only fighting reported is around Opyne. There's fighting reported at Opyne according to the Ukrainian Defense Ministry. There is fighting reported at Bakhmut itself. Based on some information I've seen, they say that there are fighting within the city. Probably they are referring to this area here. But it's very uncertain. The information are very vague, so I don't want to put much weight onto the details. But just know that there is fighting reported at Bakhmut. And that's all. That's all from the Bakhmut front. Not a lot of information, today. And at the Sivers front, there is fighting reported at Bilohorivka. It's a continuation of the Russian attack and offensive over at this region here. And there is fighting reported at Sperne, Verkhonokamyansky. And the fighting reported at Bilohorivka was not repeated today. The settlement is most likely still under Ukrainian control, and but you can see that the Russians are trying to push the Sivers front, and you can see that the way how I mapped the front also seems to be pretty accurate. This is a separate front. You can see there's a separate action as opposed to the front at Bakhmut, which is seems to be totally unrelated. And moving up to the Crimea front, interestingly, there is fighting reported at Dibrova. According to the Russian Defense Ministry, they said that the Ukrainians launched an attack against Shavona Dibrova, which is actually Dibrova, and which also means that the Russians are now claiming they have control over Dibrova. So there are a lot of people telling me that Dibrova is under Russian control, and a lot of the mapping put it that way. So this is the first real confirmation that there is a dispute to this region, because the last report, I think 3 weeks ago or more, is that the Ukrainian forces actually captured Dibrova. So until I actually have certain information like this one, then I actually will not just map it to be either disputed or under Russian control. And in the northwestern part of Crimea city, this is Crimea, the Ukrainian forces continue to push towards Shevonopopivka, and this is reported by the Russian Defense Ministry as well. Further up north at Ploshchanka as well, the Ukrainian forces continue to push, as well as there is fighting reported at Makivka. There is a horrifying footage coming out from Makivka where the Ukrainians actually captured footage of Russian soldiers surrendering. However, the last Russian soldier to come out of the house decided to actually fire at the Ukrainian soldiers. The assailant is killed, but in outrage, the Ukrainian soldiers actually killed all the POWs. So I will not show, because I can't show this on YouTube, or the video will be demonetized. So you can actually just go to Twitter and just search Makivka, and you will find that video. And that's all from the Crimea front. And moving up to the Svetove front, fighting continues to be raging intensely in this region here, where the Ukrainians are attacking Kolomyshikha, and however the Russians are attacking Stemakivka as well as Novoselivsky. So there is this exchange of attacks, or offensive in this region. So a very dynamic situation over on the ground here in the northwestern part of Svetove. Kupiansk region continues to be very quiet. The front line continues to be uncertain. We do not have clear indications of who controlling where. So you can see the overlapping regions are basically, it's like a gray zone. We are unsure where the front line exactly is. So that's all from the Kupiansk front, and that's all from the summary for the day of 267 to and 17th of November. And do check out the description below. You can support us by becoming a Patreon member, or you can actually support by subscribing on Ko-fi as well, and ko-fi.com, ko-fi.com. And also do check out the Discord channel. I'm also building a editorial team. There's a video one, and then a video editorial team where they help to edit videos is currently started. And I'm also trying to build a writing team, a literal editorial team, to help to write articles, and perhaps the articles you guys write can be actually converted into video format to be published on the DPA channel. If you're interested in writing, do check out the Discord channel, and you'll be able to find me over there. My handle is actually Walking Problem. So anyway, just go to the Discord channel. You will never be wrong, and I'll see you in the next update.